Hello viewers of Sawasawa Network, welcome to another edition of the weekly forum on Sawasawa Network, a program that elevates and amplifies voices of peace builders in South Sudan. In today's edition, we shall be looking at the peace in Lake State. Lake State over the past few years have been in turmoil among its community members, conflict ranging from conflicts related to girl issues, women, and revenge killings, and also conflicts among the neighboring states and communities. But over the first 1 year, the situation in Lakes has come and there is a peace in the state. Joining me in this edition is Honorable William Koji, Kerjok, the Minister of Youth and Sport and Acting Minister of Information, Lake State. Honorable William, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Maidodo. Thank you, Sawasawa Network.
How is the situation in Lake State as we speak right now?
As we speak right now, for the last 1 year, Lake State is stable, is peaceful. The issue of revenge killing is not there. The issue of road ambushes are not there. The issue of stealing what belongs to others are not there. People are staying peaceful. People are cultivating. Children has gone to school. They are busy with their studies. Those who go for their prayers, they are praying peacefully. Those who are on journey, they are reaching safely. So the government of Lake State is doing his best under the leadership of General Rintwen Mabor as the policy that law must prevail. You know, everybody has right to survive, and the government is there to protect the life and the property of this citizen, the people of Lake State. So that is the situation currently, Sawasawa Network.
The issue in Lake State, as really many leadership, the top leadership, the government under the president, Salva Kiir Mayardit, has tried very many people in form of governors to go and contain the situation in Lake State. And there seemed not to be a possible solution. But now, as he put it, Governor Rin has tried to calm the situation down. And as we put it, the situation is now calm. What is the strategy that the governor has used together with the new members of the cabinet that has finally made peace to be realized in Lake State?
Each and every leader has his own approach. Governor Rin has his own approach, and the approach has made the situation in Lake State finally to come to an end. You remember when he was appointed, he started with the consultation with the stakeholders in Jumma, where each and everyone was committed to sign on a document where we call it resolutions that were met in Jumma. And also, the same meeting was held at the state level here in Rumbek. He also visited all the counties of Lake State, meeting the stakeholders, what should be done, so that the crisis in Lake State has to come to an end. What should be done has been agreed by all the sons and daughters of this state, all the stakeholders. They have signed for it. And of course, he also has ability of enforcing what is called law and order, fair one, in a transparency matter. Because people in Lake State want to see that whatever you do is in a transparent form. And of course, that idea, that law, that approach should be respected. So that's what happened. His ability of starting by engaging the stakeholders, everybody signed for it, and he implemented in accordance to what has been agreed, made the situation to come to an end. Also, there is no compromise in his leadership. When you do wrong, then you are held accountable. Also, we don't forget the leadership of General Salva Kiir Mayardit. He has supported him. He has supported the government of Lake State. He has supported the people of Lake State. You know, he stood behind the leadership of General Rintwen Mabor by providing him with the mobilities. You will have these patrol vehicles, that is logistic, because security is about logistics. Our security forces has to move they are to be given feeding wherever they are, wherever they are on duty. They are well taken care of. And of course, if logistics is in place, there is nothing wrong with the security maintenance. So these are some of the things that Governor Rin has done, and of course, being flexible always with some areas, and you put things in order, and then you engage everyone to participate. Then all of us has owned the program. He also engaged the council of ministers. He's engaged politicians. Everybody is brought on book. That's why he came out with a slogan saying, "Let's first." We put our differences behind. We put our issue of parties behind. But let us concentrate on the issues of lakes. How can we make sure lakes this time is better for all? This time, Lake State citizens enjoy the fruit of peace. The country is theirs, but Lake State community, Lake State citizens are not enjoying the freedom of South Sudan, because they are killing themselves. They are stealing themselves. They are even is killing visitors, those who are moving across the region. And that is not fair. Of course, all this has come to an end based on what I've just said, and we hopefully that spirit has to continue. And that's why community of leaders, they are saying leadership of Rinpen Mabor has to continue. Governor Rinpen Mabor has to continue as the governor of this state because he has the approach, he has the ability, and people have accepted him to do so.
Honorable, I wanted, if you will correct me, that since Governor Rin was appointed, there is no total disarmament that has happened in Lake State. But of course, the community members are living peacefully, despite that there is no total disarmament. Are there any plans in place from the state government soon to disarm the civilians, or the governor will continue ruling and leaving the civilians with their weapons?
Of course, since he came, disarmament is on, but we are using peaceful approach. We are using disarmament through the leadership of the youth, through the chiefs, local chiefs, and their commissioners. Because they have accepted themselves, they are peaceful. Somebody who is peaceful, you don't really force him, torture him to give what he has. Because when he's peaceful, it means that he should surrender what he has peaceful. Okay. And that is what is working currently. And now, who misuse firearms?
How is the response of the youth to the chiefs?
The response is good. The response is good. Even starting already with the Governor Makurkulang, there was thousands, hundreds of firearms being collected. They are here in containers. He also added on by the one that remained behind. Okay, currently we are saying if you are still keeping your firearms and you misuse it, then we term you criminal. We also misuse it, we have the power of arresting you. You don't go at large, you don't go in vain. That's what makes the matter different. But then somebody can do anything wrong and it can go wherever he thinks he should hide. But this time community at whole are cooperating. They don't really hide somebody who is called criminal. They don't hide somebody who has gone wrong. You have to go to justice and you have to explain yourself in the court. That's why three major, whatever court has been informed. This we call the traditional court, which is mobile court sometimes. It is now currently in Chebet, here in Rumbek, and in Yerul. It is working, because whatever you have done wrong, you are arrested, taken to police, and police take you to the court, and you are answerable to whatever you have done. That ability is there, and that's what is scaring everyone. And then you can do anything you do, and you can escape the law. But this time, nobody escaped the law. Everybody is answerable to the law. Whether you have your firearms, whether you don't have it, we don't care. You keep it peaceful if you have. If you misuse it, then you become criminal and you are held accountable for it.
Honorable, just to take on this issue of the mobile courts that you have just mentioned in Chebet and Rumbek and Yerul, are these courts really active? And who are running these courts? Do they have the qualified judges?
Our local chiefs are well aware about our traditional matters of how our laws are approached. Two, they are not alone. There were those competent judges that were sent from Juba to head all these courts. So they are not alone. They are headed by the competent judges, and of course, those other senior local judges that we have, they are the one now handling these courts. Yeah.
Thank you, Honorable William Koji. Though there is peace in the state, of late there have been reports of isolated cases. What is the state government doing about these isolated cases, or you just term as criminals holding guns and they may be doing other things that is against the policy of the state?
Yeah, you know, worldwide, you cannot avoid these incidences. Incidences, sometimes it happens, but government must go and address it. When incidents happen, it has to be addressed by law as it may concern. So what happened these days are just incidences. But the issue of communal violence, the issue of somebody going for revenge, the issue of somebody going for major raid, you know, the issue of somebody going for major road ambushes, no, they are not there. And that thing is not related.
How is the working relationship and the communities between the communities of Lake State, including the state government and the neighboring states?
Of course, you know, I always repeat this. When you are peaceful and you don't tamper with what belongs to others, nobody tamper with you. In Lake State, you control themselves and they are for peace. And they don't go and raid what belongs to others. From our neighboring state never think of raiding us. Okay. They will never think of raiding people of Lake State, because people of Lake State are not raiding them. So we are peaceful with them. It has happened in the first time of its nature, where some thieves came from the side of Panjar County of Unity State some time back. They went with some kettles, but the administration there, they collect all these cows and return it back to the people of Lake State. Something that have never happened, you know. And people and youth here, they control themselves. They did not go for revenge, because revenge is not allowed, whether within or outside the state. It's not allowed. Whatever has gone wrong, let the government do it for you as a citizen. The government is there to protect you. Government is there to bring your property back. You know, whatever belongs to someone, take it back to their rightful owners. Peaceful. But if you continue to insist on it and refuse on it, that's where you will be treated criminal and the law deal with you. Okay. Yeah. So we are in good time with our neighboring states.
Honorable, you happen to be also the acting minister of information, and I want to get into your attention, and also you know about recently the issue of teachers that were arrested. What is the status on this case of the teachers, and why are the teachers arrested?
Okay, the issue of teachers, you know, they came to dispute over their own money. Some time back, all the governors of the 10 states plus 3 administrative areas were invited to Juba, because education money has issues all over. Okay. And now the Minister of General Education in Juba decided to call all these governors so that the money that belongs to education are channeled into their accounts. And the governors have agreed on it, that it has happened. So here in the state, it came, and that is the first time for it to happen. Now, it came in two forms. The new money being added, it came in block. You know, it is in lump sum. And there was also guideline being sent from Juba. The guideline advised the ministry to pay the money based on their grades and the number of the teachers they have in the state. You know, and then also there is this usual salary that used to come to everyone. So, and also salary delay. Now the administration said, let this salary goes out, be paid, and then you give us time to calculate this money. After the calculation, then we can take it to the office of the governor for approval. Because I mean, the guideline said you don't work alone, you don't work in isolation. You have to inform the governor of what is happening in the Ministry of Education. Because the ministry is not an island for the authority of the state not to be part of it. Of course, their money has been given to them, but how they are progressing with the money, how they are progressing with the issues of the ministry, then the state authority must be part of it. So the other time also, governor was in Juba. The teachers were not patient to listen to that. They say, no, we need our money now, and this money must be paid at once. Yet the ministry did not prepare this. Some of them went to the extent of stopping other colleagues who were receiving their money not to receive their money. So this way the dispute came in. So from there it became a police case, because when you are stopping somebody money not to receive, that's when it becomes violent. Okay, you are tampering with the cashier. It becomes violent. Why are you tampering with the cashier? And it's not allowed by law. Okay, so this is why police came in and they were arrested. And of course, when governor returned from Juba, he called the minister and asked him what happened. After explanation, he directed the teachers to be released, and most of them were being released.
Most of them are being released. That means some of them are still inside.
Yeah, I learned that few of them remain. Those who are the ringleaders. The ringleaders remain behind to answer some question. Why do they create that? Yet the money is there. Why do they create tension? Yet there was nothing wrong with their money. The money is in their account. The money belongs to education. It is just a matter of being patient. So there is no need of creating violence here. They have never got this money for some time back. And now, good enough, the leadership in Juba, they have, together with all the governors, have agreed to give their money. Now, where is the quarrel here? What is the issue of saying we are going to lay down our tools? Exaggerating the whole situation look violent. What for? You see? So they have to answer that.
Honorable, these teachers that are under investigation, or the ringleaders, as you put it, are they now in civilian custody, or they are in military custody as they answer the questions?
They answer the question in police. It is the responsibility of police to do that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable. Now, of late, we have seen a lot of peace activities happening in the state. We have seen wrestling, we have seen football, both netball, both even in Chebet, in Rumbek, and also in Yorul. These are the symbols of that there is peace in the state. So apart from these sport activities, are there other activities that we may also know as some of the symbols of peace in Lagos State, especially from the Ministry of Youth and Sport?
Yeah, the Ministry of Youth and Sport, we run the three areas. We deal with the culture, the youth, and the sport.
Okay.
In terms of culture, they are busy. Wrestling is part of culture. They are wrestling. Okay. They are composing these traditional songs, traditional dance. It's happening everywhere. They are busy with it. We come to youth program where we're supposed to train youth. We give them this vocational training. We send them for advanced courses. Some of these courses are happening. We have major 3 centers here in Rumbek. We have Rumbek centers, and we have the 2 under DOR.
Okay.
We have Rumbek Vocational Training Center here in Riangdor. We have this one of St. Clever of DOR. Yes. We have other centers in Europe. Yeah, so they are getting this training with our partners. Okay. Partners are training them. In sport, very well. We are doing well in sport. Okay. All over the state, they are busy with the issues of the sport. Wrestling is happening. Even our guys who are doing wrestling in Juba, they are part of us. They are doing wrestling in our area, in Europe, they are part of us. Okay. These days, recently, we also came up with the tournament. Okay. of Payams, where all the Payam youth, they came from their Payams, and they play tournament in their county's headquarters. So it has started in Rumbek East, Rumbek Center, Chebet, Awerial, and the other 4 counties are to start toward the end of this week or next week. Earlier they will start. So we are engaging everyone to participate in such activities, and it is actually meant for peace. The program of Sport for Peace is working well in Lake State. There is peace already. Then those who go for sport, they have to be trained in sport, and they have to be engaged in sport, and they have to continue winning at their level. Those who win, those who are going to be the champions of this tournament from their county, they will represent their county. From that county will represent their county at the state headquarters, because we are going now to invite them for a state tournament where all the counties will come and play here at the headquarters. After you qualified, from there we will also get a state team out of it. There has never been a state team of the state here. But where can we get them? We get them out of such a tournament. So we are planning for that tournament to happen, and we will get the best players that represent Lake State. They will play here on behalf of their state at the regional level. And when they win at the regional level, we go to you there in Juba. And from Juba, we will continue to win. And then we represent the country as Jalan had done it. So that's what is happening. We want to keep that spirit. We want to keep that record. And we are my ministry, and as I'm a concerned minister, I must make sure they are busy, they are active, they are engaged, so that they are really kept out of violence. And peace is meant for such activities to take place. Yeah. So in the side of sport, culture, youth, and sport, all are working. Yeah, if there are challenges, yeah, our government is there. The little that they can do it to us. The little that we can do ourselves as the ministry, we can do it. The little that the youth can do at their level, they can do it. So the little that the partners can do it. The little that our guys who are outside the country, who are the sons and daughters, they have heart of this country. They have heart of their state, of their citizens. They will also contribute. When we put all this together, we will find ourselves progressing.
When you talk of the partners, you just put it that most of this work you do with the partners. How is the working relationship of the humanitarian partners and peace partners in Lagos State and the state government? How supportive are these partners?
Yeah, they are doing the little that they have, but it's not that much. They are being channelized based on their budget line. Those who are working for youth program, they are doing the little that they are doing it. Those who work in humanitarian, they are also doing the other part. But the issue of Ukraine these days is issue that affect everyone worldwide. WFP is talking of cutting down their ratio of supplies to whatever. But we remember, here in Lake State, our governor made it very clear. Seeing there is peace, there is no need of seeing people in IDPs. There is no need of seeing people waiting for free food from WFP. No, the timeline was July. In July onward, we don't need free food from WFP. People already have made their original food out of their sweat, because when there is violence, that's where you need somebody to support you. But when you are in peace, there is no need for you to wait support from someone. Yet you have your arms, you have your ability, you can sweat and do something out of what you have. So the issue of free food is not longer allowed in Lake State. So it is something obvious, something very clear, and that's why there is that slogan said, agriculture for all, for food. That means everyone has to go farming, everyone has to go for cultivation, and it is happening currently. You move from here up to here, you see a green crop. People are cultivating. You see everybody is busy. You see everybody has gone out of town, because the whole Friday, Saturday, and those who work on Sunday, it is for cultivation. We only work here 4 days a week, because agriculture has been taken as a priority currently, as we are speaking. Because hunger is another issue.
Cut you short.
Most of our issues are caused by hunger. Somebody who is hunger, you lose temper, and a very small thing, it makes you to fight and make a major decision that go for destruction. So food must be made available by ourselves, and we feed ourselves. Those who make it extra, you sell it, and you get money out of it. So that's what is happening currently in Lake State.
How is the response of the community members to this call of people going for cultivation?
Of course, people respond well. That's what they were anchored for. They were waiting for. As I said, on Friday onward, you don't see people in the town. You come and see lands in lakes. It is all green. That is the crop that they have planted. People are for wedding currently. In Wulu, you can see every farm, everybody is busy. Awarial, everybody is busy. Very unfortunate. I was seeing someone being posted yesterday that he is carrying AK-47, protecting himself, and claim to be somebody in Lake State. Lake State never have such a situation where you go for farming, arming yourself. No, we don't have such situation here. Some communities are there peaceful. They are protected by their government. They are protected by security by organized forces who are given duty to protect them. And of course, that is what is happening. The community themselves also, they protect themselves. When you have seen something wrong, you report it to the police. There is that security number, urgent number being given to everyone. You have an issue, you call that number. Within some minute, you are rescued. And of course, that's what is happening. Those who remain in the cattle camp, they are peaceful in the cattle camp. Those who are supposed to go for farming, they have gone for farming. Those who are supposed to go to school, they are in school. And everybody is engaged. Every sector is busy. Everybody is told to do what is supposed to do, and you are supported there if there's area that needs government support. Yeah.
Honorable William Koji, the Minister of Youth and Sport and Acting Minister of Information, Lagos State. Thank you so much. I wanted you to let us know, because we have had a lot of reports of late that some of the journalists and the media houses in Lakes have been operating on fear of repercussions from the state government in case they report on some of the things that they feel of community concern. How is the working relationship between the state government and the media house in Lagos State?
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes some personnel. Sometimes some of them are not properly professional trained. They can do mistake. This issue of somebody. I want to revenge, or I want to support Mr. X. It can make somebody to be biased in reporting. But here, we don't really tolerate it much, because holding somebody accountable for the mistake that you have done is made for all. You mess up reporting what is not supposed to be reported. You are supposed to go by you answer it, and there is article for that. The Ministry of National Communication Authority has provided everybody with the rules of what you report, what you don't report. What what cause dispute. What you don't really harass somebody or embarrass somebody, or you create certain shame for no reason. Such a report are not allowed. Yeah, some of them sometimes they are there in Juba, and they claim to be reporting on behalf of Lake State. And when we see their report, we come wondering what is it and how do they get this information. And the way they also use the information is not that correct. You can see some media houses, they are reporting what they did not get from me. As Sawasawa, you are getting this from me direct, and you can publish it at your page. But when I see my interview in a certain media house, broadcasting it, and yet I did not talk to, then I look at it, what is it here? Okay. And if that's what you have, you need also to change that spirit.
Okay.
Be responsible for your media house, be responsible for your page. You publish what you have, you will find out. And in case of anything, you are answerable to it.
Thank you.
Rather than selling it to someone.
Yeah. Thank you, Honorable. The state government is a unity government. That means it comprises of different political parties. How is a working relationship among the political parties who are part of the peace agreement in Lagos State?
The best state that implement this peace agreement, that work together with other parties, is Lagos State. As I told you before, the issue of Lagos State first have kept down everything. Lagos State community have suffered a lot. So in regard to this communal violence, and of course, when you see community suffering, there is politics behind. So first of all, it is issue to do with the wrong politics that has come, that the governor get rid of it. You don't play politics anyhow. Time for politics is different. When we are going for campaign, for election, that's where everybody has to go for the campaign, and you go for election. But now, we are establishing ourselves as a government that have signed the agreement. Okay? So, what is the role of deputy governor, who is somebody from IO? Has to do his role as the deputy governor of this state. Somebody who is working in the government, for the people of Lake State. Okay? Not for IO, not for the party. Those who are in SAWA and other political parties, OPP, they must also be abide by to that. And that's what is happening. The Council of Ministers, they sit as a government of the state. They decide and they agree what is being agreed by the Council of Ministers. It's not agreed by parties. We have our assembly. Assembly is active and they are debating on their sessions as the assembly. So the issue of how we work as parties, there is no problem. We are working as peace. Remember what happened in Chebet when the former SPLM chairperson was having an issue with the duty of the commission of Chebet who come from the ticket of IO. He was arrested and he was dismissed. And he's somebody from SPLM, okay? Because the guy is working in regard to the policy of the government. The guy is working for the welfare of people of Chebet. It has nothing to do with the party. So you don't implicate him here to fail. No, we don't want anybody to fail here. Commissioner of Yerul West was failing. That's why he was suspended from his position. And we are in need of new commissioner, somebody who will come and cooperate with the people of Yerul. He worked as a government. He don't work for certain interests. No, you know. So when you do your work as a government official, with the spirit of being a son and daughter of this state, nobody have problem with it. Okay. But when you come and create certain differences for the sake of party, for the interest of party, no, all of us will have parties. Okay. The best that you do your work is whatever can win your party. Not the more that you politicize and you create issues, then your party is known. Then your party will be known as party of crisis. And now we are working, killing crisis in the state. Nobody should be allowed to carry out crisis, claiming that to be the manifesto of his party. Okay, party that can violence. No,
there have been reports of the position parties are not given environment to also do their campaign like the SPLM is doing.
Well, if any party launch their campaign right away from Juba, we don't have a problem. Okay, any party that launch their campaign from Juba going to the 10 state of South Sudan, we have no power of stopping someone not to come here in Lake State. But if you do your own other campaign without it being allowed from Juba, that's why maybe you will feel to fear not to do anything. Here everybody is free. Okay, you go to your governor, you register, you say I'm going to do this, and you are granted with your security. But if it is not happening right away from Juba, then like what happened recently, it is the Secretary General of SPLM that come from Juba, and we received him. If Secretary General of IO want also to Lake State and the other state of South Sudan, whom do you think will stop him? What matter was the peace agreement which was signed, and that peace agreement was signed and give freedom to everyone to do what is there within the agreement. Okay, and anything within the agreement we are not obstacle to. No, we are not obstacle to anything that.
Honorable William Koji, thank you so much for your time and speaking to Sawasawa Network. We have come to the end of the program. If you have any last message you want to share with the people of Lake State, the people of South Sudan, you are highly welcome.
Yeah, my message to the people of Lake State, as we have accepted the work that Governor Rin is doing, then we need to continue supporting him. And you know, in leadership, there are major decisions that you have to do as a leader. Okay? The issue of survey, when you want to survey a town, Maidodo, you knock down the buildings that are found in the wrong place so that they are built in the right place. These are major decisions, for example. Okay? And that's where development comes in. When a leader is carrying out such decisions, they are not for his sake, they are for the sake of development of that state, they are for the sake of what is required by law. Okay? But if you don't support such ideas, you don't support such a person, then what support were you committing for? Okay? Commitment means whatever you are doing, I'm behind you, I support you. In case you have seen something wrong, you come to him and I say, this one has gone wrong. Governor Rin is open to everyone. And his idea is always work, and he also accepts people's idea. He moves to everyone. Okay? So I'm saying here, let us continue to support Governor Rin in whatever duty he's rendering for the community of Lake State. And it is good that people of Lake State is still demanding him to be their leader. Okay? That is one. Two, the issue of security. Our community has to continue to cooperate with our organized forces. Whatever they have seen wrong, immediately let them raise their alarm. Let them call. Let them call the nearby security, the nearby forces. They will be rescued. Let them not take law into their hands. So we are advising our commissioners, the local authority at all levels to be active. As men of security, you don't need to rest. There is no time for you to rest. Because criminals sometimes, they just look at you they look at you on every minute, whether you are sleeping or not. When they found you sleeping, they carry out their duties, because they also assemble themselves as people having their own duties. And it is the role of their security to continue to scale down such a group of not disturbing people who are cultivating, from not disturbing those who have gone for learning, from not disturbing those who are on their movement. Somebody have started the journey from Juba, going to Awil, going to Bentiu, going to Malakal, has to reach successfully. And it is the role of security to make sure such a group are protected.
Thank you,
Honorable. So protection is very important. Information is very important. Unity is very important. You know, accepting ourselves as sons and daughters of this country is very important. And by doing so, then we are found as a peaceful citizen of the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable William. Viewers of Sawa Network, we have come to the end of the program. My guest was Honorable William Koji Kerjok, the Minister of Youth and Sport and Acting Minister of Information, Lagos State Government. As you have heard from him, peaceful South Sudan is a dream of each and every citizen of South Sudan. Please follow Sawa Network on our social media pages, Facebook, Sawa Network, on our YouTube, Sawa Network, or you can also follow you can log to our website, www.sawasawanetwork.org. My name is Maidodo Jumma. Until next time, stay blessed.